Awesome. Hi, guys. I am Mikayla Rose, owner of Gift from Neptune. And today I'm going to be showing you how I use AI or how you can use AI to enhance your business, your spiritual business, or any kind of business. I think this will definitely be helpful for. More specifically, how to use ChatGPT to walk you through the process of defining your target audience and creating what I like to call a brand bestie. And so for me, since the launch of AI, I've kind of been able to skyrocket my business and my efficiency. I am a tech baby through and through. I'm a Gen Z. I'm an Aquarius moon, conjunct Uranus, conjunct Jupiter. Um, so I believe technology can be utilized as an extension of our spiritual practices. I feel like it serves as a tool, the same way that tarot cards and crystals and calendars and clocks and calculators are tools, right? We've evolved to a point where the utilization of tech has become kind of an intuitive part of our day-to-day lives, right? We wake up, we check our phones, we get bored, we check our phones, we get lonely, we check our phones, right? And those are just a few examples of the ways we interact with tech, but there are so many different ways that we interact with technology and don't even realize it. So why not learn to use it to our advantage, right? And then, of course, I have to bring everything to astrology. So right now, of course, Pluto is still in Capricorn retrograding, but with Pluto and Aquarius and that advancement of technology, it'll continue to be ingrained more and more into our day-to-day routines. And Uranus is in Taurus as well, continuing its trek through the sign of Taurus, which is the sign of money, and Uranus rules the internet, right? So this is the perfect time to leverage our advancements in tech into physical prosperity. This is literally the manifestation of internet money. It's the easiest time ever to start a business with the help of our technology tools. And I'm super passionate specifically about helping other spiritualists solidify their position in the e-commerce space. And to me, that starts with knowing your target audience. So, when your target audience is clear, it becomes easier for you to close sales and market yourself efficiently, because then your ideal client feels like you're talking directly to them and their pain points, and whatever your product or service is, it feels like that's the solution to their problems, right? And that's not to say other people that aren't in your target audience won't purchase your products or your service, but when you speak to one specific person, it feels like it's tailored to them, and they'll immediately be like, oh my gosh, what is this? So you can tweak your ideal client depending on what your offer is at the time. So for me, since I'm focused on mostly spiritual entrepreneurs right now and really helping them solidify their brands, I wanted to create a brand bestie that reflects that, right? So I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how ChatGPT has helped me create my brand bestie, whom I've named Alyssa. I've named everything Alyssa. I don't know why Alyssa. It has just been a name that I've always stuck with. So let me share my screen. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen. Please let me know in the chat that you guys can see my screen. Just send me like a thumbs up or like a yes. Perfect. Awesome. Ooh. Okay, so I'm just kind of going to walk you through the process I already did. So one thing to remember when you're interacting with AI, ChatGPT, is to remember it's not your brain. It doesn't know what you're thinking or necessarily what you're talking about. So sometimes its output is going to need a little more tweaking, or you're going to have to continuously talk to it as if it's a person for it to kind of get where you're going with this, right? So I literally just opened up by saying, hey, I'd like you to serve as a business coach for me right now. I'm experiencing a blockage with my target audience and would like you to walk me through the steps of defining my target audience and then creating a character's biography based on it. Can you help me? And it's like, yes, sure, of course, blah, blah, blah. And it gave me a few different things to think of. It told me to research, to identify demographics, psychographics, analyze behavior, buyer persona. But I realized, right, when it gave me this output, I was like, okay, I think what I'm really specifically looking for is a buyer persona. Instead of saying target audience, I need a buyer persona. So instead of letting it map out everything. I was just like, all right, stop here. Let's focus on creating a buyer persona. I'm going to give you an overview of my buyer persona. Can you tell me what you need to make it better? And I'm big on like, please, like, this is technology. So what do you need from me to give me the output that I'm looking for? And so, you know, it says to create an effective buyer persona, this is everything that I need from you. You know, it tells everything like name, age, gender, you know, demographics, psychographics, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of just started typing. I'm like, all right, let's start somewhere, and then you can tell me where to plug things in at. And some of these questions, some of this stuff is kind of hard to think about, like stuff like marriage, age, gender, education level. Some stuff is like, okay, I'm not going to say I don't really care about that stuff, but it's something that you don't really think about until you're really sitting down to define your target audience. So it was actually helpful to think about myself and where I am on my state in my journey of entrepreneurship, and what I needed to create this product in order to kind of plug that in to my buyer persona, right? So I said, I'm going to name my buyer persona Alyssa. She's 28 years old. She lives in a growing suburban community. She works in the corporate world, around 50K a year. She has spiritual gifts and she wants to pursue that full time. She's done readings here and there, but she isn't sure how to sustain herself outside of that. She enjoys helping people, but wants to present herself more professionally and make more money without experiencing burnout. She's willing to do the work, but just wants someone to walk her through the process. And then I asked, is this a detailed enough persona? And they're like, yeah, okay, this is a good starting point. But it's still asking me, you know, what's her highest level of education? What's her marital status? What are her interests? What are her beliefs? What are her pain points? And so it asked me to dive a little bit deeper, right? And then I said, okay, she's done some college, but she don't really want to pursue her degree. Again, I pulled from myself. Like, I didn't finish college. I didn't see the point at the time because there was this lack of passion. So I was like, okay, let me put myself in this because obviously I'm the one providing the service. So I have gone through what I'm offering. She has a long-term partner who is thinking of marriage and children in the near future. So that also plays into why she wants to shift more towards working for herself and working from home. That's also a little related to me in my journey right now, you know, or why I started my business from jump. She's seeking a life that builds on her natural energy and skills, one where she can embrace leisure and prioritize rest. She wants to service people all around the world as a trusted and renowned spiritual consultant and make the most money possible by doing the least amount of work. She just doesn't know the first steps to take to get there, and she wishes someone could just walk her through the process. Similar to how you're walking through it with me right now. She knows people are busy and AI exists, but really wants to learn how she can maximize it to use her business. So with all of that, it literally gave me everything I needed to create this buyer persona, right? It lists her name, age, gender, location, occupation, income, education, family status, and then also her interests, her values, her work-life balance, her global reach, goals, challenges, guidance, support, and streamlined processes. And with this, even content-wise, when you're on social media, you can fine-tune your content and your marketing and your copywriting specifically to this person. Like, hey, do you want to make a business where you can work from home and have time to spend with your friends, your family, your kids? Blah, blah, blah. Like that, immediately someone who's looking for that will be like, hey, I'm looking for that. I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to spend more time with my family. So, you know, that gives you somewhere to start from when you have this, you're literally creating like this person, this made up person to talk to. And then, you know, people are like, oh my gosh, I feel like this resonates with me. I feel like you're talking directly to me. Yeah, I am. Or I'm talking to Alyssa, but you and Alyssa make you the same person. And so once it gave me all of that, I said, okay, let's write a short story for Alyssa. And it literally wrote me a short story. Once upon a time, there's a woman named Alyssa. She experienced working in the corporate world, but she found herself longing for something more fulfilling, blah, 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 blah. You guys can read some of that, you know, but this pretty much just gives you a starting point for your copywriting, creating your content. Every time you're thinking of a product or a service, you can say, okay, what would Alyssa need? So even I could take it a step further and say, can you list some services that Alyssa would find valuable? And it literally will give you in less than a minute a whole bunch of different services that you can provide for this target audience that you've made up, this ideal client, this brand bestie that you've made up. And this literally gives you a starting point for how you can monetize your business and diversify your income. There's so many different ways you can connect with people in the spiritual world, specifically beyond readings, beyond, lives, beyond doing 1111 card pulls. We want to ensure that we have ways that we can work or ways that we can make money without exchanging our physical energy, right? And so another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind when it comes to ChatGPT is when you stay on one thread, it literally will continue to pull off of what you have put previously in this thread, right? So if I wanted to continue to build out like an email or this one of these services, it will continue to formulate that service based on the data that we've put in. So essentially, what you put into AI, what you put into ChatGPT is what you'll get out of it. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here, and that's pretty much it, guys. I told you guys it was super easy. I think once you kind of see how it works, you guys can kind of play with it, and I hope you guys found some value from this and can utilize it to your advantage. ChatGPT is free. They have an app on the iPhone. I'm not sure if they have it for Android too, but it's free. I pay for the plus version because it moves faster, and you get like sometimes it'll block, like ChatGPT will be like, oh, we're overloaded, so you have to wait. But when you pay for the plus version, you don't really have to deal with that. So that's why I pay for it, but you don't have to. It's absolutely free to use. And yeah, I hope you guys find some success with your spiritual businesses, and let me know if there's anything else you guys want to, watch me walk through or talk about. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day.